Well, it took me a little bit, but then I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And there was also a surprise with it. So hi, my friend, I'm Pat Sloan, and today I'm going to show you, I switched out my quilts to the blue and white, and I did something I always wanted to do in there. So you'll get to see that. Also, I went through sorting. It's the first of the year, it's the beginning of the year. And I tend to want to do that. I think a lot of us do. You want to sort of make it fresh. And I tackled my cross-stitch stuff, which if you don't cross-stitch, you can just insert your quilting stuff into what I'm doing. It's the same kind of process. So that is what we're going to look at first. What I went through, sort of my thoughts on different things, and take a look. First, let me show you this, the Year of the Red Horse. My friend Suzanne found this. It's actually a free download. I'll link you to the Patreon page, a free portion of the designer for these. She does really beautiful things. Okay, so that's for the Chinese New Year. And I pulled the threads and I pulled a cloth. Here is what I'm doing on the queen bee. And then this is the kind of thing I need to figure out. Like, I have this and I don't remember what that project is. And there's like one over here. I'm going to assume maybe it's for that project. Up on the top, that is for the bee. So that's current. And then the bottom doesn't have any threads. But over here, this is one of the two rolling cases. No, three. But this one has more cross stitch. I want to get this project so I can sew it and have it done. It's for spring, missed last summer having it done. Now down here, this is the problem area. I've got things stored, but I have, like, I don't know, like what, and then there's threads in there. Like, I think this is for that one flower power or whatever it's called. And underneath, there's more stuff. So this definitely has to be gone through. That's what I'm going to be doing. And then up here are projects that are either started or I want to start. And I want to go into these, find the started ones, and decide if I'm going to actually keep doing them or not. Plus, I want to do a few small things. So like this book has some small Americana type things in it. I just have to see what's in there. Okay, so that is what I'm going to work on. If you have something, and I'm going to get this organized, get that tray organized as well. So this, tackle all of that. The cross stitch, there's actually stuff in this drawer for the actual patterns down at that end. And I'm not sure today that I'm doing that. We'll just see how much. See how much I have going. Plus, I bought these from Lindy Stitches. Eiffel Tower. Had to get the Eiffel Tower. Look at that. So these are floss drops, so you can put the floss, like maybe put the bigger and then the smaller one, or just both on there. But anyways, I just had to get them. They're so adorable. I do know I want to finish the flower power, and I know I have to pull all this out because, you see, I miscalculated. I should have started from here, done this first, and then worked that way, so I was sure I got the spacing right. I've learned since I've did this, and so I've gotten better at picking out, so I will just remove all of that. It won't take that long, and I'd rather have that because otherwise everything in this row will be touching, and that's no good. That's no good. Yeah, so that, now I just need to find, I know there's threads in the bag there, so I just need to be sure there isn't some other stack of threads over here somewhere that also is for this. While doing all of this, I found a piece of fabric that it took me a little bit to figure out why I had this random big chunk of fabric, because I didn't remember using this. This was a Christmas fabric from Bunny Hill, and turns out this was from the Fat Quarter Shop's Christmas in July, and because I gave the rest of the project away, I didn't finish it. I gave it to a group to make up, and I missed giving them this big piece, and so when I found it, I didn't know what it was for, and I asked my friends, and then we talked to, they said something about a project, and I was like, that's what it is, okay, because it's a big piece. It was for the backing and maybe to make a border, because that piece wasn't that big, but Fat Quarter Shop sent this to me. So I'm going to keep this. This is my backing drawer. So I have a lot of bigger pieces that I might want to use for backing someday. So I put them all in here, like some pieces of my Harmony and some of my older fabrics and just some other pretty fabrics. So anyways, and those are Moda solid color cards that they used to put out. I don't know if they still do or not. I've only found two that I kept in progress. One is this Hello Halloween by Teresa Kogert, which I still absolutely adore, and I think I can work on this fabric now. It was a little tiny for me, but I think my skill sets are better. Like just like quilting, you know, we get better. This isn't much older one, and the style of it is just not speaking to me anymore. And I know that I did this chain around it, which is messed up. It's not. I'd have to take it out. You know, and I could take all the chain out, but I'm just like, I don't want to spend time on it. I'd rather spend time on things now that I know that I like better. So this one things will get recycled out of it, but I will definitely keep this. I'm thinking of putting this in rotation. Like, I don't know if you do this. If you're a cross stitcher and you do this, but I've read, you know, many of them will take, you know, 1 day a week or 3 days of the month or whatever, and they'll just work on some sort of seasonal item. Like they only work on this 3 days of the month, which might be kind of fun to move it forward a bit. It has a lot of detail, but I just adore it. It's very vintagey Halloween. This drawer was empty, so I'm taking things from that long drawer fabric bundles that I want to have in the future. Like this is all sort of matte fabrics. This is an older line of fabric that, you know, someday I would like to do a project that came with that. And then here is some of the National Park fabrics. And then this was some little kit I got from French General with all kinds of goodies in it. So anyway, I can get one more thing or two in there. Thank you everybody who sent these cards. These were Christmas cards. Thank you. So refreshing for the year is kind of important. I think at some point, maybe you don't do it the first year. Some people don't, you know, prefer to do things later in the year, but refreshing. And I'm wearing my fabric curator to kick off the year because I basically like to collect fabric. It's like a separate hobby, right? Collect patterns, collect fabric, separate hobbies from actually making things. That's a different hobby. But that's okay. I've got a hair in my eye. Hold on. What really felt good to kind of go through all of that cross stitch stuff and weed it down. I did start this, which are little cards, and I have that much done because I'm going to try doing a few at a time. I've got to do a little bit more on the bee, so I've actually started the body now. Wendy and I are going to call this one the Red House. Because Quaker Sewing Tray doesn't, you know, we prefer to say the Red House. So it's the Red House. That's what we're going to do together. I did not start that, nor did I start the year of the horse. I didn't start the year of horse yet. So those are the ones I have to get started. Let me just remind you to go out and print my projects. I did a little extra, like up there was sort the cross stitch, little extra things of what I want to focus on, plus the mini charms. That's the pattern name, the mini charms from the Fat Quarter Shop. It's free, and I've done this quite a few times. I'm doing this for the center of my round table. Yeah, so I did that one there. It was already done. So I did the one next to it. The 9 patches were done, but I have to round off all the 3 sides, not 4. Don't do that. 3 sides, and then you get that cool effect that they have, that design has. So I did that. Okay, let's go see the blue and white quilts. Since I've been working on sorting the quilts into groupings, there are the blues. So that is what I'm going to grab out, all of these, and then I'll work from that to hang up. Every quilt I stacked up here, and then I have to press them because they get folds from being on the cupboard for a year. And I could run them through the dryer, but that's often not going to take all the creases out from being folded up. So, you know, once a year they get unfolded and hung up, and then they'll refold it probably a little bit differently, so that helps with the creases. But I've got to press everything with my wonderful Oliso iron. If you're wondering, I'm hanging about 12 that I have to press, and then maybe some of the small wall pieces and the table runner might need pressed. We'll start here. That is from a book called Sweater Weather by Susan Aki that's out of print for quite a few years now. We did this together as a quilt along, and I used all those lights. Very fun, very fun. And then over here I have the snowman from my book. He takes up quite a bit of space. I usually put something a bit smaller. I kept it kind of simple. I did get a few more sort of decorating things here, and I put the birds up there. I love them. And then this is one of my earlier Oh My Stars. The living room. Ta-da, ta-da! Look what I did. Look what I did. I kept the white tree up. Okay, we gotta look at this first. And I put, well, I had to get them, the blue ornaments and the blue icicles. And I did already have all of these snowflakes for quite a few years. There's a light blue, a dark blue, silver, and there were actually white also. But you know, you're not gonna see the white, are ya? So this is a quilt along that we did together. That's down below. There's some more blocks. One that I designed, and a table runner from one of my books with the friendship stars. And let's see, over here, I just love this. This is a free pattern from Ruby Society or something. I'll try to link if it's still out there. And then I put, this is actually a pillow cover. Here are the white snowflakes. See the white ones? And this little guy is a Jim Shore, one of those Jim Shore. I actually stole the tag on it. I just thought he was so cute. And the little chalets, I moved them in here. They were something I got as a kid in Bavaria, probably, or Switzerland. Can't remember. So I switched out the library in green to the blue version of it, and that's from one of my books. And here are some pieces, blue pieces. We've got, ta-da-da, another from my book, the sort of Nordic snowflake. And this is I think on my digital pattern page. They're all like pretty much $5. Another one from one of my books, little snowman. That's also too big for that spot, but you know, I don't care. I've got a couple here on the wall. You can hear the humidifier running. Super cute. This is a free button one, and then a little January cross stitch. You have to get close to see them. I didn't do enough contrast. And I believe the coffee cup is free also. Plus, I have the door one, the block on the door. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. That is blue and white. Blue and white to start the year. It's always really fun to do something a little bit different. So having the tree up for another month with the blue and white bulbs and things on it is so pretty. I really love sitting in there and having a coffee. And thank you for those who sent me Starbucks card. I have a peppermint mocha here. Yum, yum, yum. So, okay, it's the beginning of the year. Let me know in the comments what you are doing in January. And hopefully you're going to start in the third week. We're going to start with Wendy's Scrappy Quilt Along, and in the fourth week we will start the museum fundraising quilt along using their, hopefully you're going to use their fabric as well, but if not, it'll still be fun for you to buy the pattern which supports the museum. Okay, my friend, I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.